A very good morning to all of you, my dear children. In today's session, let us learn about verb tenses. Okay? So let me ask you a question. What is a verb? Come on, tell me the answer. What is a verb?
Verb is an action word.
Yes, verb is an action word. It tells us what someone or something does. Okay? So verb is an action word. Actions that we do are called as verb. Is that clear to all of you? Actions that we do. It can be play, run, jump, skip. All these are the action words. So the actions that we do. Now you're sitting there. Okay? Sit, stand, talk, run, play. All these are the action words. So the actions that we do are called verbs. Clear to all of you? Okay, so run, play, sing, sit, run, jump, all these are the action words. Okay, now, yes, a verb can tell us what someone or something does. It can also tell us the time. Okay, it can also tell us the time when the action has taken place. Okay, when it comes to the time, then the tenses come into it. Okay, so tenses, what does the tenses tells us? The tenses of the verb, what does it tells us? Verb is just an action word. Is that clear to all of you? Verb means action word. But when tenses come into it, my dear children, it tells us the time of the action. Time means as when you did the action. Is that today or yesterday or tomorrow? It tells us the time when the action has taken place or an event occurred. Is that clear to all of you? Yes? Verb means just action. Action words are called verb. So when it tells us the time of the action, then the tenses come into play. Okay? All of you, please do sit properly. I can see some of you are not sitting properly. Put your legs down, all of you, and sit straight. Keep your book open, your workbook open. That is page number 16 and 17. Take your pencil. Don't play with your pencil. Keep it on the table. Okay? Now I'm going to share the screen with you all. All of you, please do listen very carefully. Yes. So we are in worksheet 10, verb tenses. Okay. So I've already told you the tenses of the verb tells us the time when the action has taken place. It tells us the time when the action has taken place. Is that clear to all of you? So verb tenses tells us the time when the action has taken place. So there are three main tenses. What are they? There are three main tenses. What are they, my dear children?
Past tense, future tense.
So in English, there are three main tenses. Present tense, past tense, and future tense. Okay, what does the present tense indicate? Action that is happening now. Okay, present tense means action that is happening now, at this moment. What does the past tense indicate?
The action that already done.
Yes, very good. Action that has already happened, that is already done. Very good. Action that has already taken place. Very good. Yes. So past tense means an action that has already done or already happened. And what do you mean by the future tense? Future tense indicate an action?
The action will be going to do.
Happen. Okay. But this, we can say it by looking at the verb. We can know it whether there are present tense, past tense or future tense. Okay. Present tense as the base form of the verb. Cook is a present tense form of the verb. That is the base form. Okay, cook. We cook for dinner every day. So look at the past tense form of the verb. Ed has been added to it. When ed has been added to it, we know that the verb is in the past tense. Okay? So we cooked for dinner yesterday. That's why I've told you by looking at the verb, we can know it whether the verb is in which tense it is, whether it is in the present tense or in the past tense or in the future tense. Now look at the future tense form of the verb. We will cook for dinner tomorrow. That is the future tense. Can you see the three different words? The same word, it is written in three forms. Cook is the present tense form of the verb, and cooked is a past tense form of the verb, and will cook is a future tense form of the verb. So when you have will before the base form of the verb, it is the future tense. Okay. So this table is very, very important, children. The table you have in front of you in page number 16. You have to learn it very well. Okay, by heart. You have to by heart it. Now let's move on to that page now. So I hope you know it. There are three tenses. That is a present tense, past tense, and the future tense. Okay, by looking at the verb, I told you, you can identify whether the verb is in the present tense, past tense, or future tense. Now, cook is a present tense form. So to the past tense form, what do? We add d or ed to the verb to show that the tense is in the past tense. But this rule is not for all the words. Okay? The rules changes. It is not for all the words that I'll show you in the table. But the future tense is the same for all the words. Will cook. Okay? So to the base form of the verb, you have to add will before the verb. So we will cook for dinner tomorrow. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, now let's move on to the table. All of you, please do take the table. All of you in front of you, keep it in front of you. This table is very, very important because we have to learn the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense form by heart. Only one verb form will be given. You should be able to write both the forms. Yes, my dear.
Right.
Yes?
Right.
Yes, we will write it once. Okay, so first let us learn it, then we will write it. Okay, once we finish with this exercise, we will learn it. We will write it. So all of you, please do take this table, keep it in front of you. So all of you, please do look till word 7. All of you, please have a look at it. See a play, walk, study, talk, pull, jump, dance. To all these words, what have we done to the past tense form of these words, my dear children? Come on, tell me, what have we done to these words?
We added ed.
Yes, we have added d or ed to it to form into what tense? What tense? Past tense. Very good. To form into past tense. Now, to the future tense, what have we done it here?
We have put
We have added will before the base form of the verb. Okay, very good. Fine, all of you. Now here, have you seen these words? What is the difference between these words and these words? What is the difference there?
No different. Wrote.
Here,
Thought. Thought. When wrote. Took.
here, the past tense form entirely changes. Have you noticed that? Yes, the past tense form entirely changes. So these two verbs are called by different names. What do we call these verbs as? We call them as regular verbs. What do we call them as? Call them as regular verbs. Because, why do we call them as regular verbs? Because the past tense form of the regular verbs, we add d or ed to the verb. Okay. But these verbs are called as irregular verbs. What do we call them? What do we call them? Irregular verbs. Why? Why do we call them as irregular verbs? Because the past tense form completely changes. Okay, completely changes. But the future tense form is the same for all the words. Have you noticed that? Yes, have you noticed that? Future tense form is the same for all the words. Whether it's regular or irregular, it is the same. Have you noticed, my dear children? Yes. So it is very important. What we have to know is we have to identify the verb and we also have to learn the past tense form of it. Okay, so here play, the past tense, it is played. Walk, it is walked. Study, it is studied. Here we have changed the Y into I and added ED to it. Talk was the past tense form. Talked. Pull. Pulled. Okay, the pronunciation should be pulled. Talked. Studied. That is the way. Okay. Jump was the past tense form of jumped. Okay, dance, danced. Okay, but look at these words, irregular verbs. Write was the past tense form of write, it is wrote. And here it is different, children. We have to write the base form. Don't forget that. Here is a spelling error. It is will write. If there is a change in your book, the printing has, the error has been, it's not there means it's okay, but in my book the error is there. So that's why I told you. So write, it is wrote. Sing was the past tense form of sing, it is sang. Sing, it is sang. Yes, very good. Sing, it is sang. Okay. Drink, drank. Drink, drank. Buy, bought. Buy, bought. Buy, bought. Think, think, thought. Yes, very good. Think, it is thought. Go, went. Yes, go, it is went. Drive, drove. Very good. Drive, it is drove. Take, took. Very good. So this table, what we have to do is we have to learn it by heart. Okay, for the examination also, or for the MCQ, one word will be given and you will be asked what form it is. Two ways you can be asked, whether it is in the present tense form or the past tense or the future tense, or you will be asked to write the other form of the verb. Okay, these are the two ways the question will be asked from this, that is the worksheet 10. A word will be asked, write, and you will be asked to identify the past tense form of the verb. Okay, past tense form of the verb.
Yes.
Or a word will be given, take. You have to identify whether it is in the present tense or the past tense or the future tense. Take, what tense it is? It is the present tense form.
Present tense.
Okay, so this exercise, this table is very, very important. So I've asked you to write and study this before when I took this chapter. Okay, now let's move on to worksheet, that is page 17, worksheet 10. Come on. All of you please do take this. We have to finish this also in today's session. All of you please do take this page. You have to fill in the gaps. Okay, the gap is given for you. We have to fill in only, you will be getting a table like this, only one form will be given, either the present tense or the past tense or the future tense. We have to write the other two forms. Okay, now, yes my dear.
Is this activity in the workbook?
Yes, it is there in page number 17. Please do take it.
Ma'am,
Yes, take it. Page number 17, worksheet 10. Have you taken it?
Yes.
Yes. Now let's move on to it. All of you please do take your pencils.
Ma'am.
Okay. Teach. What's the past tense form of teach?
Teach.
What is the past tense form of teach? It is taught. What is it? Taught. T-A-U-G-H-T. Taught. Come on, write it. And what will be the future tense form of it is? If you get one form, it is very easier for us to write the other forms. Will teach.
Will teach.
Will teach. Is that clear to all of you?
Yeah.
Yes, teach and will teach.
Can I miss one?
Yes.
Ma'am, Mitra, can I?
Yes, do it. If you know the answer, please do it.
Ma'am, can I?
Mitra, come on, Mitra.
Yes, ma'am. Put.
Put, what's the past tense form of put?
Put.
Put. Okay. The
Yes.
past tense form is of put, it is also is put. And what is the future tense form?
Will put.
Will put. Very good. Others you want to try? Yes.
Ma'am, can
Yes, Joanne, come on, Joanne.
shout?
Yes, shout. Others, please do write it. Shout. Okay, shout.
Shout.
Shout, what's the past tense form?
Shout. Shouted.
Shouted, very good. Correct. Your answer is right. Shout, it is shouted. S-H-O-U-T-E-D, shouted. Okay, shouted. And the future tense form of it is will shout.
Will shout.
All of you to write it, okay? Please do write it. Write it neatly in your workbook. The space provided for you. Okay, thank you.
I finish.
Okay. Okay, now let's move on to the next word. Who is willing to answer? Anu, come on, Anu.
I'm Abhinav.
Wait, let Anu, as I've already called Anu. Abhinav, we can do the next one. Bring. What's the past tense form of bring it is? Brought. Here it is are, it is there, children. So in the past tense form, you have to include the are there. Okay, brought. It is buy, it is bought. Okay, the present tense form of it is, if it is by, then the past tense form of it is bought. B-O-U-G-H-T, bought. Okay, if it is bring, it is brought. And what is the future tense form, my dear? Will bring. Okay. Okay, Abhinav, come on, do the next one. Answers are already there, I know it. Okay, then, come on. Come on, do it.
Fly.
Fly, what's the past tense form of it is? It is flew, very good. Now, what is the future tense form? Will fly. Yes, will fly. Come on, write it. All of you, please do write it. I'm waiting for you. Why that unnecessary noise? I don't know. It is audio is not at all proper.
Ma'am, can you mute all?
Yes, that's what. I'm going to mute you all, okay, my dear children. Why means it's lots of disturbances are there. I couldn't hear you all. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Abhinav, come on, Abhinav. Did you say the answer? Did I call you? Abhinav. Abhinav said the answer?
Ma'am.
Yes, okay then. Devanandan, come on. Do the next one. Can you do it? Break.
Ma'am.
Break.
Break.
What's the past tense of break?
Break.
No, it is broke. What is the past tense of it is, my dear children? It is broke. B-R-O-K-E, broke. B-R-O-K-E, broke. And what is the future tense form of it is? Will?
Break.
Will break. Very good. Will break. B-R-E-A-K, will break. Break, broke, will break. Come on, write it. Have you all finished? Can you hear me? Now we'll move on to the next person, Aldrin. Aldrin, come on, Aldrin. Can you hear me, Aldrin? Come on, do the 7th question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, do it.
Will.
Lift. So,
Lift. Lift.
lifted. Okay, lift it is lifted. L-I-F-T-E-D, lifted. So the future tense form of it is, Aldrin, it is will.
Lifted.
Will lift, not lifted, it is will lift. You have to write the base form, that is the present tense form of it. Okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Lift, lifted, will lift. Come on, write it. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. I hope you are finished. You have finished. Okay, Ananda Krishnan, come on. Do the next question for me. The next question it is, here it is written there, carried. And what is the present tense form of carried, Ananda Krishnan? Unmute it.
Carry.
Carry, yes. This?
Carry.
Carry, okay. It is C-A-R-R-Y. And what is the future tense of it is? Will? Will carry. Very good. Will carry. Yes. Please do write it. Bhagat, come on, tell me the next word for me. What's the next word? Yes, it is written here, will wear. So will wear, it is given here in the question. So what will be the present tense form of it? Come on, tell me, Bhagat.
Wear.
Wear, very good. So if one form is given, we are able to write the other two forms, wear. And what is a past tense form of wear?
Weared.
No, not weared. It is wore. What is it? Wore. Okay, it is wore. So we have to learn this table very well. Okay, my dear children, please do learn it very well. After we finish it, we write once and study in a rough book. Vaiga, Vaiga, come on, do the next last question. Here it is given here, it is will sit. Vaiga, come on, tell me the present tense form of Will sit. Maika, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, come on, tell me the 10th question. Will sit is a question given there. So, sit. Yes. Here, the present tense, the be is a sit. Yes. And what is the past tense form of it is? It is?
Sat.
Sat. Very good. It is sat. S-A-T. Sat. Very good. Sat. Okay. So, see that you complete your work.
Ma'am, in the fourth and sixth question is buy and bought.
What is there? You bring, it is brought. Bring, brought. Fourth question. Okay, bring, it is brought. That is right. Okay, see accordingly which one you have to fill in. You fill in only the blanks. I have written it everything. You just see where you have to fill in. Taught is not there. So accordingly you fill in the blanks. Wore is not there. Only one form will be given. You have to write the other two forms.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes, my dear.
First one teach.
Teach, taught, will teach.
Okay, ma'am.
Come on, complete the table which is given there in your workbook. Write it neatly. I will send it in the WhatsApp group, even the answer keys, but I wanted all of you to write it. I wanted all of you to learn all the 25 words thoroughly. Okay? At least write once and you should be thorough with it. Write and study.
Ma'am, we have to write and study.
Yes, if you are finished with this exercise, all of you take your off book for 5 minutes. 5 more minutes are left. So we will write and study. Only write the present tense and the past tense form. Future tense, you know it. It's very easy. If you know the present tense, for future tense is quite easy. The difficult part is the past tense. Okay, so I want it, yes. So all of you please do write the present tense and the past tense form. Write and learn teach. What's the past tense form of teach? It is taught.
Ma'am, I don't know past tense.
Okay, that's why I'm telling you to write the present tense and the past tense once in your rough book.
Ma'am.
Please do write it. Teach, taught, put. What's the past tense form of put? It is put. Shout. Come on, write it in your rough book. Shouted. Bring. Brought. Please do write it. Carry on writing. All the words, all the 10 words. Fly. Children, you have to learn it by heart, children. Flew. Break. Broke. Lift. Lifted.
Ma'am,
Yes.
how many times we had to
Only
write?
once. Only once. We have only hardly 5 minutes. 4 minutes left for the session to wind up. So I don't want you to write it many a times. Lift, lifted, carry. Just carried. Okay. Where. It is wore. Sit. Just sat. Come on, write it. I have written it once. I wanted all of you to write it once in your rough book. If you are finished with your workbook exercises, all of you please do take your rough book and write it once. Only the present tense and the past tense form. It is where you have to learn it by heart, my dear children. You have to learn it by heart.
Ma'am, my work is done.
Okay.
And my work is
Raju, അത് like ഇട്.
Who is that? Hmm?
Mitra.
Hmm. Please do write it. Have all of you finished? Okay, children, so I wanted all of you to write and study this. Okay, it's already it's time up. Okay, even if it's no, see that you complete your work. Okay, so I hope we have completed with worksheet 10. You have completed the table. I'll be sending the answer key in the group so that you can write it. And not only that, I wanted all of you to learn all the 25 words very well. Okay, so for the next class, we will go for a daily test. Okay, so with this, we are going to wind up today's session. Yes, my dear.
No, finished.
It's okay, you do it. You can complete your work meantime. Okay, children. So let me wind up today's session. Bye, children, all of you. Bye-bye, all of you. Thank you.
Have a nice
Children,
day.
thank you. Have a great day.